Right before there on Quincy. This is Quincy here. This is the Highway 20 coming through. And the other day when I got the permit from Frontier to replace this telephone line across here, I noticed they were going, 500 or 600 feet north before they tied back in. When I looked at the DOT drawings a little closer, I see that this to be obliterated for about 500 or 600 feet north, and then on the south side is just a little bit south of where the right of way is at. I guess I want to talk to Frontier because they were going to rebore that line in there and put a pad at the end of there. Well, if we have a road vacation hearing and say we're going to vacate the road and clear back up to some point up in here, you don't want the pad sitting in the middle of the field. So we probably need to go ahead and I need to get the paperwork done to bring the resolution to the board to set a time and date.
What do we have for access consideration? I mean, who's...
Well, we got one landowner here and landowner here, and the state bought all this property here, but I'm thinking that we would probably vacate or try to vacate at this point.
From here to here, or from
here to here, because this will have to stay open for access. It has to stay open at least to this point for his access, and I would guess the DOT will try to sell this piece here when they're done.
Where's the borrow pit?
A lot of dirt
they're cutting a hill.
They're hauling for.
So there's not one. It's a hill cut from the borrow. Yeah.
I don't know if
we can see Rick. There's borrow pits.
Yeah, and I just see the white. They took all that Nunez property, and that's that big vertical one there. And so I wondered if there's.
I think they're just taking the hills.
They're hauling a lot of dirt from back here south of Norman Just and hauling it up there. But anyway,
we were out on the bridge here last week. It's a week, 2 weeks ago.
Because I happened to see a couple scrapers and one of those cat tractors and a big haul truck today, and apparently one is getting the point where it's pulled apart and slipping out and getting some sections done. But anyway, when you look at that map, you'll notice that this corner here was not part of their original buy. But I assume that landowner said, well, I don't want to end up with that little chunk of 3/4 piece. So they negotiated to buy the whole thing. So my guess is when they're done, they'll sell that. So, of course, if you don't leave access up to here, nobody would want to buy that except for these two people. And that's, if they ended up buying it, we'd still want to be able to vacate it down to here, so it's not a whole lot of difference. It's probably a little more confusing on this north side because I'm not sure how they get access to this Sanders parcel where my understanding this railroad's still owned by the conservation. And I'm not sure whether they've got some kind of agreement to get access back across the railroad track or that Sanders property. I guess I don't. I haven't talked to anybody, so I guess I really don't know. Eventually, the way this whole corner up here is, it would probably be nice to regrade that whole corner, especially since there might be really any traffic going south, except for the access to those acres. There's sort of a gully in here, and the old railroad track, and it's sort of a job to do. But I'd like to vacate this up as far up here as we can, at whatever point Sandy needs access back in here. Whether the DOT will want to maintain access, at least for the construction equipment, during during the rest of the grading and paving operation, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they will, though. Why wouldn't they?
Well, we got to get into the deal over at Calvin County like that, where they started the same deal with the curve, and they actually were building a bridge right there over the railroad track. And when we held the road vacation, they said, oh yeah, November 1st next year, that's plenty of time. So we vacated it based on that date, and then the bridge wasn't built yet. And the bridge contractor says, well, how am I gonna get down there to build my bridge? So he had to negotiate with the landowners to leave it. Because as soon as they were done using it, we obliterated it so they could fire it. So I need to get some input from the DOT on what they want to do as far as time frame on vacating that. I want to talk to Frontier about that telephone line holding up. I think Frontier's holding up the contractor as far as taking the grade completely out there through Quincy. So that Frontier might have to bore at least underneath the new alignments and pull that cable in just to, so the contractor can keep working without cutting the cable. Anyway, I'll try to get more information and try to maybe get a date set to have a hearing on that. Sounds good. And I guess that's all I got.